Hey, Namaste Yogis. Katie here with a Chakra Yin class for you. We are switching it up from our normally Yang chakra flow, which is vinyasa and superheating and super active and masculine. And we're moving to something that's more cooling, more feminine, and more calming. And we're going to be working with all of our chakras tonight, so you can't go wrong. We're also not going to need any props. There is the option of using a blanket or a cushion if you would like it to support your practice. So whenever you're ready, come on down to your mat and take a nice, comfortable seated position. Go ahead and close your eyes and take a big breath in, draw it up through the crown of your head, roll your shoulders back just slightly, giving your heart some space. Let's take 3 breaths in and out through the nose. Slow, deep breaths, breathing down to the belly. Last one, inhale deeply. Exhale, swipe your mind nice and clean. Releasing distractions, becoming fully focused for our practice and fully present in our bodies and on our mat. Take another breath in and circle your arms up over your head. Hands touch together, reach up with your fingertips, take an exhale, slowly draw your hands down to your heart space. Pausing here, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale again. And as you release, you can begin to set an intention for your practice tonight. My intention tonight will be Shanti, peace. It's a mantra I've been working with all week, so if that resonates with you, feel free to Shanti as your intention. Last breath in and out. Now that your intention is set, release your hands down to your lap, and we'll move into our first pose of the evening. We're going to come down onto all fours. Feel free to use a blanket to pad your knees, and we will be holding our poses for 1 to 5 minutes tonight, as is common in our yin practice, and that'll over time work to strengthen the bones, the cartilage, and the ligaments that we're putting just a little bit of stress on. So we'll start off in melting heart, aka puppy pose. So from tabletop position, walk your hands forward towards the front of the mat. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, sink your heart down and move slowly. Be conscious of how much resistance you're feeling in your shoulders and in your chest as you move down. You don't want to go too far past where you're first feeling resistance. You want to meet your body where it's at. So if you're here and your head is still up, you can take a cushion or a block and bring it underneath your forehead. Otherwise, bring your forehead all the way down to your mat. And tuck your chin just a bit so the back of the neck is long. Begin to breathe into your heart chakra. Focus on your heart space and on the beating of your heart. You can visualize a green or pink ball of light in the center of your chest. And imagine that light growing and filling up your chest, your shoulders, and your upper back. The longer we are in our poses tonight, the more you might start feeling the effects of the pose in your body. You might start feeling the intensity. In a little bit, that's our timer. Inhale, come up. Like I was saying, you might start feeling the poses the longer we hold them. If you need to come out at any time, feel free. If you feel any numbness or tingling or sharp pain, definitely come out. If you feel some dull pain, like you've been in the stretch for a long time, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but not too uncomfortable, then it's up to you. You can stay and hold it. Again, we're strengthening the parts of our bodies that we're putting that stress on, but up to you. Feel free to modify your practice however works for you. And for our next pose, we're going to swing the legs out to the side, and we're going to come into a seated forward fold. For this one, what I like to do is roll my blanket up just a little bit and sit on the blanket so my hips are tilting forward. And for this one, we're going to be in it for about 5 minutes. So take an inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Inhale and take an exhale. And inhale again. And exhale, begin to fold forward. We're going into each pose cold, not warming up before we get there. So you might find some resistance in your body a little bit quicker than you would if we were doing our vinyasa practice. So be mindful, find your point of resistance. And feel free to bind with your ankles and feet. Relax your head wherever you're first starting to feel that resistance, and begin to breathe. Taking a few cleansing breaths in and out. It's okay for the back to be rounded in this pose. And it's definitely okay to leave a bend in your knees. If you feel your muscles starting to soften a bit at any point, that's your body inviting you to go a little bit deeper into the pose if you feel like that serves you. So if you're feeling that, maybe you dip your torso down a little bit more. And then adjust to that new place of resistance. Not forcing yourself past it. Just meeting your body where it's at. We're working on our root chakra and our sacral chakra and solar plexus in this pose. Any pose where we are on the ground, that's our root chakra. Any pose that's getting into our lower back, that's our sacral chakra. And here we have a nice fold around our abdomen, solar plexus. So if you like, you can visualize the root chakra at the base of the spine, glowing red, and the sacral chakra up above in the lower back and low belly as an orange ball of light, and the solar plexus as a glowing yellow ball of light in the center of your tummy. Breathing deeply into these three lower chakras. And inhale, lift yourself back up slowly and gently. For our next pose, we're going to take the legs out to the side. You can unroll your blanket. We're going to move into lizard pose next. So we'll start off in tabletop and then take the right leg forward and bring it to the outside of the hands. Use your toes to scoot your left leg back. Take a pause right here. You might already be feeling this pose. And take a breath in and exhale. And if you feel like you're ready, you can come down to your forearms or come down to your cushion or bolster. We're going to be here for about 3 minutes. So make yourself nice and comfortable. As we work on our hips here, we're working on our sacral chakra. Feel free to bring your attention to your lower belly, your lower back, and your hips. And visualize these areas glowing orange and filling up with that orange light energy. If you start to feel pressure on that back knee, you can use your toes to scoot that knee back just a bit. That'll put some more stretch in your hips and across your left quad. So be mindful of that as you move the pressure away from the kneecap. Take an inhale, come up, moving slowly. All right, and to come back, begin to shift your weight back and then step the right leg back. Feel free to move your hips to kind of counter that lizard pose. Free to roll your ankles. Maybe do a few cat and cows. And when you are ready for the next side, you can take an inhale and step your left foot to the outside of the hands. Begin to scoot your right knee back so the top part of the knee and not the kneecap itself is down. And take a pause. Notice how this side feels. It might be different than the other side. Maybe you stay lifted on this side for a little bit longer, or maybe for the whole pose. Or if you're ready to come down to your forearms, feel free. Moving your attention back to your breath, back to your hips, lower belly, lower back. Breathing into those areas. If you find that your body is tensing up anywhere, sometimes if we have a lot of resistance to a pose, we might hold that tension in our face or in our shoulders. So notice that and then invite some softness and some relaxation into those areas that are holding tension. Begin to lift yourself up wherever you're at. We'll move the bolster out of the way. Step back. Coming back to tabletop, moving through a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling, heart comes forward. Exhale, push the floor away, round the back. Inhale, bring your spine to neutral. We are going to come all the way down to our belly, scoot your knees back, lower yourself down. And we're going to slide our elbows underneath our shoulders for Sphinx pose. Once we're here, we can press the hands down, draw the heart forward, and notice how that feels on your lower back and on your belly. That might feel like enough. If you're super flexible or you're not feeling anything here, you can walk the hands forward a little bit more and rise up coming into seal pose. So wherever you are feeling some resistance, start there. We're working on the sacral chakra as well as the root chakra here. If you'd like to add some visualization for your root chakra, you can bring your awareness to where your body is touching the floor. And you can imagine your body growing roots that extend down into the earth, grounding you and connecting you and giving you some stability. Take an inhale here. And exhale, move your elbows out to the side, lower your forehead. Slide your hands back towards your chest and ribs. Press yourself back up to tabletop. All right, for our next pose, we're going to be holding plank, but only for a minute, don't worry. And we have a few options for holding this pose. We can do full plank, like so. If your wrists are sensitive today, or if you don't want to do plank, you can hold tabletop position. If you're in tabletop, activate your abdominals here and activate your shoulders. Push the floor away from you a bit here. So you're getting that same solar plexus activation and that same spinal extension, or rather axial extension. And you can also do forearm plank. So find the plank that you would like to hold for the next minute, and then take an inhale and find it. Try to keep your neck in line with your spine wherever you're at. We are working on our solar plexus, so feel free to use that visualization of that yellow ball of energy in the belly. Continue to breathe, relax your face. You might get the shakes, that's okay. Only a few more breaths here. Take a big inhale. And exhale, drop your knees. Come on down to kneeling for just a moment. If you are on your hands, go ahead and shake out your wrists, roll them, move your fingers. Feel free to roll your shoulders just a little bit, forwards and backwards. Now come on down to Sukhasana, cross-legged position. We're going to be working on our throat chakra next. So take an inhale, lengthen up through your spine. And with your exhale, you can drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Letting the head hang. Noticing how that feels in the left side of the neck. If you're not feeling much of a stretch here, you can pull your left shoulder down like you're putting weight in the left elbow. And while you're here, I'll get our timer started. Be here for a few minutes on this side. Be gentle with yourself and your neck. If you are feeling a little bit too much, then feel free to come out at any time. If you'd like to invite in some visualization for your throat chakra, you can imagine a blue glowing ball of energy in your throat. You can visualize that energy growing and filling up your entire neck from the front, through the center, to the back. Last few breaths on this side. Slowly and gently begin to bring your head back upright. Feel free to roll your shoulders a little bit. For the other side, go ahead and lengthen up through the back, and with your exhale, drop the left ear down. Pulling down that right shoulder if desired. And return your awareness back to your breath, back to the visual of your throat chakra. Last couple of breaths on this side. Move slowly, lift your head back upright. Free to shrug the shoulders, roll them back, roll them forwards. Feel free to take a few slow and gentle head rolls, moving the head clockwise. And then counterclockwise. All right. Take a pause. For the next part of our sequence, we are going to be on our backs. So you can make yourself comfortable. Feel free to use a blanket. Inhale and slowly exhale, release yourself down. For our next pose, we're going to be working on our crown chakra, our third eye chakra, and our throat. So there are a few ways for us to do this. We're either going to come into plow pose. If you're familiar with plow, then you can do plow. If you're not familiar with plow, then I recommend that you do an inversion, an alternate inversion with your legs up, like so. And feel free to use a little bit of cushion underneath your lower back. We won't be in plow for too long because it is such an intense pose. But when you're ready, you can find the inversion that works for you. And if you're on your back with your legs up, then you can slightly tuck your chin, activating your throat chakra. Any inversion that we do is going to be working on our crown and on our third eye because we're switching our perspective, putting the feet over the head. So bring your awareness to your upper three chakras, visualizing the throat glowing blue, visualizing the third eye between the eyebrows glowing indigo, and visualizing the crown chakra at the top of the head glowing violet. Wherever you are, take 3 more deep breaths in and out. And begin to, if you're in plow, bring your legs back down very slowly. If you're in waterfall pose, bring your legs back down, moving slowly. To compensate for those poses, we're going to take the knees into the chest and begin to rock back and forth along the back. You can pause the next time you rock back through center. Before we go into Shavasana, let's take a happy baby. Grab the outer edges of your feet, pull the knees down. Hold this pose or rock back and forth, whichever you prefer. With your next exhale, you can release your happy baby. And then make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. Bring your arms down by your sides. Feel free to close your eyes. If you have any wiggles to get out, feel free to take those now. Shavasana will not be the end of our class. We do have a Reiki meditation after this, so stick with me. Begin to settle yourself down on your back and close your eyes. Let all of your muscles relax. Allow a little bit of space between your teeth as your jaw becomes loose. Begin to lengthen your breath and focus on each breath in and each breath out, holding your focus there. Inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale to slowly let your breath go. Take another inhale and breathe in peace. Exhale and let peace surround your entire body. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, make your way onto your right side. Press yourself up with your left hand. Find a comfortable seat for seated meditation. Take a deep breath in and release. If you are joining me live and you'd like to receive Reiki energy healing during this meditation, set the intention to receive it. Take another slow inhale. Bring your awareness to where your body meets the earth. At the base of your spine, visualize a glowing red ball of light, your root chakra. And imagine white healing light coming into your root and balancing the energy there. With your next inhale, bring your awareness up your spine to your lower belly and lower back, your sacral chakra. Visualizing healing light coming in and balancing the energy here. Breathe in and move your awareness up into your upper belly and visualize healing light coming into your solar plexus, glowing yellow and glowing brighter as the energies balance here. Inhale and move your awareness up into your heart space. Visualizing a green ball of energy being nourished, healed, and balanced by healing light. Your next breath in, move your awareness up into your throat, visualizing blue energy here, being balanced and restored by healing light. Inhale, move your awareness from your throat up to the center of your forehead, to your third eye. And visualize indigo energy glowing and growing brighter as it is healed by healing light. Inhale and move your awareness up to the crown of your head. Visualize a violet glowing ball of energy here. And send healing light into it to balance it, to nourish it. Take a big breath in and see this rainbow of light all throughout your spine to the top of your head. Take another breath in. With your exhale, you can release your visualizations. Begin to bring yourself back into the space that you're in. Becoming aware of where your body meets the floor. Becoming aware of your hands in your lap. Becoming aware of the present moment. When you are ready, you can take your hands and bring them to your heart space in prayer. Bring forward the intention that you set for your practice tonight. Send your gratitude towards your intention. And feel free to carry it with you throughout the rest of your evening or for as long as it serves you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace to the body, peace to the mind, and peace in our speech. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. The light in me gives honor to the light in you. Namaste. And see you all next time.